Once upon a time in the quiet neighborhood of Sunnyvale Meadows, where trimmed lawns and friendly waves were a part of every morning, rumor spread that a new rule had been passed by the Homeowners Association requiring all outdoor decorations to be approved 6 weeks in advance. A rule so strict it left neighbors scratching their heads. But nobody expected the drama that would unfold when one resident, Mr. Rajan, decided to decorate his yard with a giant holiday light display that stretched from his front porch to the big oak tree in the yard, shining so brightly that everyone in the street felt like the 4th of July had come early. Rajan had done this every year to bring joy to the neighborhood's children. And every year, kids and adults alike gathered to watch the synchronized light show that danced with music. But this time the HOA president, Miss Whitaker, secretly sent him a notice saying the display violated the new rule, even though it was nearly the same as previous years, and demanded he take it down immediately or face a hefty fine, which stunned Rajan because he knew the joy it brought to everyone. From the elderly couple down the street, who said the lights reminded them of family gatherings long past, to the neighborhood kids who would cheer and clap when the lights changed colors, turning his lawn into a magical winter forest. Rajan tried explaining how his lights weren't just decorations but a tradition that brought people together. But Miss Whitaker refused to listen and insisted that rules were rules. And after several heated calls and polite emails that grew increasingly tense, Rajan's neighbor, Mrs. Martinez, stood up and said, "This is about community, not paperwork," which only made the HOA board dig in deeper, threatening fines that would accumulate daily until the lights were removed. And the situation escalated into a full-on neighborhood standoff, with families gathering on front lawns, holding impromptu meetings about fairness and tradition, until someone jokingly suggested they vote like a real democracy. And surprisingly, most neighbors supported Rajan, arguing that a rule should never erase something that made everyone happy. Tensions were high, voices raised, and at one point a board member even complained about the way Rajan's inflatable Santa swayed in the breeze, comparing it to an aesthetic nightmare, which made everyone else laugh because most houses on the street had individually themed yard fun things too, yet had never been fined, and soon people began sharing their own HOA headaches. One neighbor had been fined for grass that was too green. Another got a letter for having a mailbox that was the wrong shade of gray. And someone else recounted how their Halloween pumpkin display was labeled a nuisance, even though it brought kids from all over town, making people realize that the HOA's strict rules were hurting community spirit rather than protecting it. And finally, at a big neighborhood meeting under string lights and hot cocoa, the HOA board agreed to rescind the punishing fines and rewrite the decoration rules to allow joyful traditions while still keeping order. And everyone cheered as Rajan's lights stayed up, brighter than ever, reminding all of Sunnyvale Meadows that community and joy matter more than rigid rules. If this story made you smile, don't forget to like and subscribe to Deadline Stories for more emotional and surprising tales.